You are welcome to the Mirror TV. We offer you news, local, national, and international, on politics, religious, and socio-cultural events, project work documentary, live documentary, and lot more. Contact us today and do not forget to subscribe to our channel so as to get our updates on daily basis. What is Ojiji Izhi, a New Yam festival in Niger land, Ebonyi state? Find out what it means in Niger land that mark a New Yam festival, Ojiji Izhi, that made one to go to farm and harvest his yam and start eating. Not only that, and equally eating another crops. Find out from here.
Obrontano, Ojiji Izhi, Gahaliv, go to the Galibono, Bijim Brumbur, Bent God Rere, no Ivoma Cambo, Mani Jibun. Monsa, Gavo Kelelo Pa, Mobru Undo Naraga Gati Gavoyalo, and that's get Ujin Kata. Go take a lonegaso, Mukuna chicken that line Kelly again. A color Cambubla, I have a daba, Izhi Chirekabe, no have a double Izhi will be governed a good to drag. Don't want your hair. Don't want your hair hand. Bro, Econo no Koda Cambuno, Cabo, Blow Ojiji Izhi, John, John, Bla Ogiarua, Buna Robta Quavat and Ahama the bog granny job. Long my grandma Vitari chicken and so my grandma, my grandma. I have Ojiji Kava. I could die not I not. I could die good. I think I could do Jim Brumbur. Is it still a gaga so name? Yasaka in Joby. As local blame. I buy put up a pot of rubber in the look, I am was doubling in Bojabi. I thought that the Rakoba is a very part of Rakoba is even Monday Tizi Hulas. A couple of no, a couple of them, Memoka and Mawine and Mamata and Mogran. I go Quanyasilla, Yanda Pong Yankolang, Bono by Manatama. But I have the Takodom Yankolang, Bansiga Killer, Druna Jivani, a couple of food and Elizabeth to go full how. As go full out. Iba Matorigio. Iba Matorigio. As I stand out to grow. Viva Monobayan Dagma Tagme Chagmayas. Oh, yes, Lizzie Tabudia. Basco Yokono de Qualis Minio. Moshi Kalango, Jimo Shazamo Chico, a coblos, a blog of the Medjay and Yemi. Ah, Basco Papa and Joya Shomo.
As we celebrate Ojiji today, I give images of peace, love, unity. Let it begin to reign supreme in our life. As the president of the Youth Forum, all area of our all the aspect of our culture is going to be revived, because there are some areas that are actually going to extinction. You go to so many villages or so many households, some of them cannot speak Izhi. So we are telling our people, let us start speaking Izhi. Izhi no dra yin lono ai kuju nwe green ba yin ga sigi Izhi autobed supply cannot take you to anywhere. So if anye popiabo ga yin homa ontalale at ndi Izhi ndo gra yin ba yin to ga yin toria lotum do fodej if ma bob mbeke dwaro all mbeke take kuchi di wofu ihe rubere yin. So let us go back to the base.
Oh, we silen na na nyeve te kan bo ngre man shisha abugero ngo so Ojiji agba anya silenta no bojile na na nye putara anyi mama nye na nye tebra anya sisa abuno ba ifuru ande evu anda matalo ikoma bob Ojiji buteke ndi ise grege gele ga margi ba kobela ledo oburu te ga grege ri bobo lenya na malon tanu bomba be ri ibo afa me jime iwe pe me ndotia oburu ibe chilede nwede che na nya okebe amira anyị futa anyị miho na oburu ibe danyire anyị tiri lo melale anyị bob oburu melale ndi Izhi ile anyị mala afa ga fa be unwo koriji akajekwa shi ta sha Ojiji iri mai mana ndorondo futar ga eturu ge Ojiji anyị ge wale ka bo ibe onyishi ndo uke ya bụ onyishi omelale Izhi anyị we kon ogo onu ndi Izhi ai osoga ngisi agiri ha ji ogo so lo ibe ho to bob ofu mgbe mmemule ka ndị yutu ndị Izhi no bụ ga nri aji
cause anyị ji le ọtọdụ kwenye ejeri ji aṅụ ameka dachi ụzọ maọbụ nwa ameka echi anịma jibe ehu ti abụkwala integre kele onye ọbụla etukọ nwụrụ anya lehe ọdike wee hugo iwo na-egosi ịhụlanya iwo na-egosi idụl otu iwo na-egosi agamlihu ọ bụrụ ife gide mara ndị iji te nwere nkewa ọbanya akpọkagado mkpọka ndị ejoni maazị abụga n'ọnya ebe gide maka ọ bụrụ ndị bekee ba asọ selfish political interest gide batala ime anyị iji bụ hawa anọ na nunu banye abụghị tutu mememe.
Today is New Yam Festival, and people refer to it as Ojiji Izhi. Ojiji Izhi. I think it is primarily dedicated to women, and I may speak from different perspectives. Why is our New Yam Festival designated as Ojiji Izhi? I learn every day, and I believe it is to recreate. If they cease to replicate, then extinction may have come on board. So I believe that it is Ojiji Izhi because women and yams have a very special place, not just in our culture but in existence, in creation. And that is why we respect yam so much. That yam galono, yam polono gabago to come back. We want to celebrate the coming back. The yam left, you know, if that were to be so, when somebody dies and you wake up, the yam you plant, it will decay and germinate and transformation, they replicate more, themselves in more numbers. And we wait for the arrival of the yam that we set out during the planting season. The same way women go through the production process, you know, creation process. So we respect yam so much. And that is why something symbolic must happen on the date slated for the festival, such as the grazing of the New Yam Festival with rain. You realize that from the moment the announcement was made, the rain that were not there, you understand, started. Just like in the Islamic culture, they say until the full moon is seen, certain carnival won't hold. Okay, so this one is, it is so important that once the announcement is made, it provokes rain of blessings to come and clean the environment so that the new baby comes in a very conducive environment for all of us to celebrate. And that's what we're doing today. It is more of a woman because a woman is, you see that it is a day of cooking, mostly cooking, you know, and they will be busy trying to do what they know how to do best, cook all kind of, but there's a special kind of soup that we do that we call Sisa soup. There's no company you go to today that you will not see that. We use Sisa in the most celebrated events. You understand? So you see that we respect yam so much. And let me also tell you, the culture with respect to yam is so sacred that the two most atrocious thing anybody can commit is that you kill or you destroy somebody's farm. It's a very, and something must be done to cleanse you of the iniquity you've committed and brought upon yourself. It's not like when you kill a woman who is pregnant. You plant, I get me now. If you go and destroy a yam in the barn, you may be forgiven, the punishment is lighter. But if you go to a farm of a place where yam is still growing at such tender age at whatever point in time and destroy it there, you have to perform certain rituals to cleanse you of the atrocities you have committed in the land. Otherwise, you won't prosper in this land. So we respect yam as the king of food in Izhi. So that is what we are here today, and today is like a holiday for every Izhi man, and that is what we are doing today. Before now, when we are celebrating this culture of New Yam Festival, it is a day where we move from one compound to another, from one place to another, you know, eating and eating and eating and all of that. This is a commitment we have for each other. We look out for one another. We don't just go to visit the next neighbor simply because we have nothing to eat. We do so to promote our cultural heritage in community living. We are not, Izhi people are not individualistic. Izhi, we are in communal. You know, we're always perpetually living in communality. Okay, we look at for our neighbor. It is strange that these days, because of insecurity and all of that, people fence their walls and prevent people from coming to your home. At that time, when we were very young, you moved to any compound. It is just a mark of respect to show hospitality. As many times as children would come to your house, as many times as older people come, you continue to love it. And It is handed over to us by our ancestors, and we will keep. And let me also tell you that on the day of Ojiji, we do not only commune with the living, we commune with the dead. Might be shocking to you. At Ojiji hospital festival, you keep food for ancestors that you don't touch, nobody touches it. And it's believed that after they have tested it overnight, that test will go sour or bahoka. And we fight over it in the morning. The remains of what our ancestors left for us. That's who we are. If you don't do be a pop, as long as whom I can do, they can do. People we cannot see that we believe they are still with us, because we believe that the dead are still with us. They are still with us. So it is very unique. So it is a communion between the living and the dead, and between the living and the living. So it's very strategic in the heart of our cultural heritage. It's up to you. You know, nature has a way of cutting short the glory of such person. And that is why people who, in the eyes of human beings, have made a lot of success, they hardly outlive their success, the so-called success, because it is tainted with a lot of things. But if you can do be mad, that the kind of children God gives him, the kind of heritage God bequeathed to that place, generation to generation. But in the covenant of their glory do not actually last. You know, it is steady. Somebody asks, how do we deal with the issue of decadence, moral decadence in our society? And I say that it begins with all of us, because we are broken. The values, the value chain has been broken. What do you tell your kids? What do I tell my kids? Because you don't even trust the next neighbor, and because the water has also gone too bad, they can even poison you in the course of doing it, God forbid. But we in Ojiji, as I grew up to it, I've never seen anybody who is poisoned while we're growing up during Ojiji or at any material point in time. But in the bank, copy one nonsense. Somebody I want to bring it again. Like Chileke Gojira Mutangmao. And people begin to warn them. Nobody wants to lose anyone. Okay, I think it is part of it. But let me tell you something. The Bible said that those who trust in the name of the Lord are like trees planted by the river side that send it through across the waters. So in the days of heat, their leaves are forever green. Those who trust in the name of the Lord don't need to be scared. What does Job say in Job 3:25? Oh, that which I dreaded most has come upon me. Sometimes we're consumed by our fears. We don't need to be. We leave ourselves to God Almighty, to our ancestors. They will protect us. They will plan in one way, but in several ways they will be scattered. That is what we should hold and maintain our culture, maintain who we are. Kids, like look at, they may eat poison and nothing will happen to them. You know why? Are solidly, strongly behind them. You may even give them poison and God will convert it to something else. Do you know how many times you may have been given poison? If they open their eyes to see what has happened in your life, you have no idea about. You see that you are not of your own. You are a higher species of spirit, and so you don't need to fear anything. So we should therefore not build and thrive on our fears. No, we should thrive on boldness, on courage, on audacity of hope, and maintain who we are. You know, because as the Bible says, we should not thrive on fear. There's no any human being, entity or society that thrives on fear that can achieve anything. But when you conquer fear, you become a man. If you do not conquer fear, you continue to die every day. Horror for death. You will think that if you close your eyes, who knows whether you wake up. You will think that if you go out, who knows if you'll be beaten by a snake. You will think that whether armed robber will attack you today. If you live that kind of life, you are perpetually enslaved to fear and you won't do anything. And don't forget, the man is conquered from the moment you hand over a key to your life to fear. To assess you. So let us not thrive on fear. Let us continue to promote it. Like I said today, you are welcome. Everybody who wants to come around can come around. We play draft, we play table tennis, we eat, we joke, we discuss about the importance of what we're doing today. You understand? So if we can go back to the broken value chain in our homes and begin to repair it and begin to tell our kids what they should hear, how it has always been Today, basically, I'm just come for Alega or the admi yes, you know, I got to get that kind of the particulars of those stories immune us against some kind of moral decadence, stuff like that. Because we grew, and we listen to good music like Obi, Chikokpara, and the traditional music of the Repogo. Are you getting me now? All like what is going on now. We should try to build our own. If you enthrone that kind of if you enthrone that kind of value system in your home, and I do so, we are beginning the process of remaking our society for better. So that is how we can do that. Let us go back as individual. You understand? It is individual growth that transforms to societal growth that you're seeing. When you're doing well and I'm doing well, we'll start it that way. First of all, take some of your kids and visit a friend today. Say, bring us SSL. Let the children hear you say, bring SSL, let us eat. What is it? That's how it is done. You tell them the story. They also live to tell their own the story. But if you are visiting me there without your kids, I'm sorry, and I visit someone else without my aid, how would they learn that today is Ojiji wine? And why is it called Ojiji wine? I try to explain, not because I learned it, but I think by revelation, I think that is why it is prioritized like that.
Ojiji is still what it was before. If you look around, you know, my grandchildren, just all of them came back here, came to my house to celebrate Ojiji. And they're not celebrating with their relations. By the time we are very young, at the holidays like this, the young ones always go to their grandparents to enjoy the holidays and enjoy specifically Ojiji. Despite the fact that we are enjoying the white man's culture, but Ojiji have not fizzled out. We are still enjoying Ojiji as our most respected culture. So people still visit their neighbors. If you don't have cooked items, you give them raw things because of what is happening nowadays. People prefer giving out raw materials to their relations, to those that are needy, instead of cooking, because everybody is a suspect. And they're carrying soup or carrying pounded yam, or you give them the raw yam to cook themselves. They know how to prepare it. So people still use this period to look for the needy and give them anything they have. And people still use this period to visit their relations. If you know, our compound is booming because of the little kids that are around, celebrating with their grandmother, grandfather, is a thing of joy, because some don't have grandparents. For those who are privileged to have grandparents, they should enjoy them. If we didn't celebrate Ojiji, you cannot eat new yam. And for you to enjoy all the goodies from the fruit of your labor, you must enjoy the impact it creates is that it's from generation to generation. It continues telling people about our way of life. That's the culture. Most of our culture has fizzled out because of the white man's Christianity. But this Ojiji celebration has not fizzled out. People are still enjoying it. People have not turned it fetish. Some of other ceremonies, because of our belief in church, most of them have been turned fetish. So this one is still being observed by both Christians and non-Christians. So I am advising the elders not to push away our culture. I am one of the elders. As a grandmother, I continue to maintain our culture, the one that are good. So the youth should imitate, because as a young, so they should imitate the elders, those life we are living that are good. And they should not look at our culture as fetish.
Ntan bombo choba male hunyo ble bunyishi. Lugre bombo choba ma blentan be utaje gembo chobo. Bombo chobo no bunu blon bo chindiji ejeje lego. Abachambo na baron akobe eje antane jadale. Gamama mecha ivedia. And mula liji gide dubli badeje. and then tan ba nge wata emeshi eme wan so jile amek we after go nyo ble wateri iwo koberle al and even this je meje ntano legrije ntano wota udo ye ko be baludo e woti ho ma ye ko be bali ho e wota agam live ye ko be bala gam live e woti ho le nya le alishi ko gba e wota e ho le nya alishi jo atuko be me ndo so abdo diji e be male diji yo be meje ba na bata ni mati ntano bo yo kwaro e sikere no e sile oble onwoke lo nwan la onwe ya ebe nwoke wele nwunye ya adịrị kọrịọ dịkọbụrụ nwoke lo nwaanyị lab nwaanyị ke ụlọkọ adụ apata nri dapaji ụlọkọ nwaanyị lọkọ adụ apata nri dapaji ụlọkọ adụ esili ulu ọtụ alụfe obodo gị kebere m gị isi mebere onye gosi lo emere ebe nta nọ ama kejelishi ebe ihe football anyị mada bụ ndị yutu gee ndị iji n'odo yutu jewa mega anyị meje egide mara anyị mbọkọ male ameg doge onye monye hu ibi alenya ga fo bai bai nya ga nya abuje
iba nti ko danta na boga nyi gosile iji bia bi shiji o to wedo ndo so ma ba keji abudi iji nunde lenya wa be asotolo ole no bogra kwa hole mboke me ga malem yewe puwa batala bu yeras about 3 days ago now bemgbe ko go shipole le ji ari jintan oki vom onya bata after that eru sab ne le anya nwuta after obugo ya ha bu na amalokere le anya kele chileke gogore yiji enya de wotin land ye no bogra nya anya onu ko ho bu yebe su go ome o chileke ba ma be feme olowo ta we ibono de ye no bogra nya ndo bogra nya yiji bru feme be webu and that's all di yiji lere o odun wo ko di yiji lere na ha do to da na tango shike no bogra ya ba nsle ibo ma ticket ayi lekle and so go dubon okita pa kana juwa anyi bu governor Ebonyi state bo right honorable builder Francis Ogbonna Nwiburu oye brabo ise Ebonyi state do be brago ye kacha shiji ojeje ri eba nse ka banya ba hoja sa na juwa nda kwa na to fa ngego oba kwa nke ba nje go goji ba anyi ogide kwa wo gra nda kuju nwegiri mo nwokoro ibe mibe almost every month be owo taru program nwokoro wo tawa ntabuka 1 million in all the 13 local government by no even to kwa bibe du nwokoro and say governor Obakabadre Jesus.
And also support our dear governor, Right Honorable Chief Francis Ogbonna Nwiburu. He is a good man, a man that bear the interest of the people at heart, and we will always support him. We will be with him, and he should go higher and higher and higher.
Cover behalf of Audio Tashoginta or Kacha, the youth, they have Ebonyi State make a Quebec, so the Ebonyi Ebonyi State, the governor, build Right Honorable Francis Ogbonna Nwiburu, youth, on the make a youth, they make it Jemegi, on Ebonyi State lane, to Ebonyi State, a couple no, is as a little Jikrum Bayaji. I have answered, oh, you have youth Liji, but Bandy Lanyan de Leogbonna Nwiburu. The Matic or Chichin, but let's say youth ban for Chich, if you maybe Tabanu youth or Chich, a couple of the Jew, UK Jew.
I need to kill governor at Ebonyi State, Right Honorable Builder Francis Ogbonna Nwiburu. Izhi ka kware Ebonyi State kaware. I think I must require to go to require any regbe. So and that's get chileke gozi ai.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and drop your comment now.